There we go. We're live now.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to come through to YouTube yet.
There we go.
It wasn't a prank. We're definitely going live. And here we are. And it's time to paint these awesome Gundam models that I turned into bookends. I did a Patreon-only live stream, and I got these metal plates and I welded them together, and then I epoxied Gundam models to the bases, and then I super glued all the joints tight so that they don't move around. And now I'm going to paint them so that the whole things look like metal and weather them. So I got this little guy right here and this little guy right here. And I'll hold books up. And this project is because Maker in Training, who's a friend of mine, his channel on YouTube is called Maker in Training, he did this project with a plastic giraffe. And the project wasn't epic. It was really cool, but it wasn't crazy epic. But the video was so well done that it totally inspired me to do this project. And I didn't want to do a video because that would be, I felt like I'd be copying them too much. So I decided that I'd do this on a live stream. So now, patrons get to watch me do all this stuff, and you guys get to watch me paint them. And I'll answer your questions, and you can talk to me about whatever right now. And I'm going to use airbrush paint. And this is acrylic, because if you use spray paint on Gundam models, it deteriorates the plastic, and it makes them fall apart. So I'm using this acrylic paint and my airbrush instead of a can of spray paint, so that I don't destroy these things after I spent a whole bunch of work or time making them. So let's see if this... Oh, I think it might need thinned a little bit. It's definitely coming out.
Yeah, Geek Gadget has successfully taken over the topic of your chat. They're now talking about tacos.
Yeah?
Yep.
I love tacos. Speaking of food, I haven't eaten for the past 6 days because I'm water fasting right now. No food. None at all. All I've been doing is drinking water. Where's my water bottle? There it is. It's over here. Yeah. Yeah. This is all I've had for 6 days. And I'm going to do 21 days unless my weight gets too low and I need to stop. So we'll see what happens.
We got $1 Canadian from the Hacksmith with no message.
Oh, that's sweet. He did a super chat, and you're sure he didn't say anything? He didn't say anything?
Holy Okay. Yeah, okay, can I share that message?
Yeah, show it.
Okay, I'll show it. There we go. He apparently was meant to include a message, but it didn't come through.
Well, watch for his message then.
Okay.
He messed up. Oh yeah, this is working now. Might need to turn it up a little bit more. All the way to 11. All the way to 11. Oh yeah.
It was going to be something stupid anyway from the Hacksmith.
This isn't feeding very much paint through, but it's working all right, so I'm just going to go with it. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or not. I feel like I'm pulling that trigger really far. Maybe I'll just turn this the whole way in and see what happens. Maybe I didn't clean it last time I did it.
You want to
Oh
get
no,
it?
it's still it's flowing. It's working. Oh yeah, now we got some flow. I'm gonna turn this whole thing black. It's gonna get a coat of flat black, and then I'm gonna weather it.
Oh, you can smell that thinner.
Well, it's just water-based.
Hack is asking what we should do for the collab next week.
Yeah, we're gonna collaborate with the Hacksmith next week. This is Full Metal Engine. This is my friend Sean, and this is my friend Matt, and his channel is Full Metal Engineering on YouTube. You can go check that out. There's a link in the description to his channel, so you can just click the description underneath the live stream, and it'll take you right to his place. He built a Power Fist also. His is
Temporarily missing.
temporarily missing, but it's substantially larger than mine. It has a humongous piston on it. And if you thought mine was going to break my arm, you should see his. It didn't break his arm, so the people that thought mine was going to break my arm, well, I could have gone a lot crazier, and apparently it wouldn't have mattered.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we managed to get a coconut. We didn't break the coconut, but we had a concrete cylinder blow it. Managed to ram the coconut into the concrete cylinder.
What?
Maybe I should have painted these first before I
Glued them.
glued them in place. It's difficult to get all the angles.
Man, you can smell that thinner.
I can't.
That's probably pretty bad.
Our noses only pick up food right now.
Yeah. Why don't you stop being a little baby and worrying about the water-based paint that you can smell. It's not bad for you at all. You can probably drink it. That's a joke. Don't drink acrylic paint. It's probably toxic in some way
Yeah.
Slightly.
if you ingest it.
So what would happen if you ingested solvents?
You probably would want to throw up immediately.
So the whole point of this is to make this look like it's a metal statue, right? So after I get the whole thing painted black and take away all the details and everything that I did when I built this thing, I'm going to highlight it with silver and try to make it look like it's made out of metal, and it's one piece with the metal sheets that I epoxied it to.
The name is a bit like, I mean, you can look there, but salutations from Italy. Y'all eat tacos.
I wish I could eat tacos, but I'm fasting right now, so I can't. So thanks for that. But
€2.
I appreciate the super chat. Thanks, man.
That's like $4 dues.
And Italy, that's pretty cool. I've been to Italy, and I absolutely love that place. I would love to go back someday. I had a lot of fun while I was there. Wasn't there for very long, just a couple of days, but it was worth it. Man, there are a lot of angles on this, but it is looking really cool as this thing turns black. See? It's totally changing. It's the little crevices that are a problem. I'm not following my own rule. I always say that you should try to paint the crevices first, that way you don't get runs, and that's not what I was doing, and now I'm getting wet spots. At least I have enough light in the garage that I can actually see what the stream pattern looks like coming out of the airbrush. I gotta paint his crotch. Here we go. Woo!
Racy.
I figure if I'm flipping it around and looking at it all around and making sure all these spots are hit, if you see it sitting on a shelf holding up books, you're probably not going to notice the spots that I miss at this point. It's getting real weird. I think I need to thin this paint more. It's kind of splattery. Tell you what, those gold parts are difficult to get good coverage on.
Oh yeah.
The insides of the jets on this is difficult because they're red, and that's hard to get covered also. Because they're like inside the shield. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think this is going to look good after I get it all painted black and then put some silver highlights on it? I think I'm going to dry brush the silver highlights. I was considering airbrushing them, but what?
A pretty common topic is, where is Bryce?
Bryce is busy watching football right now.
Doctor's not good enough.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the doctor for my videos. How about some love for the doctor? Bryce is watching football. He's watching the playoffs. He really loves football. So he couldn't be here today. But he'll be back. Don't worry. Got the Power Fist sitting around. Maybe If I get these painted quick enough, maybe we'll punch somebody with.
Chris Dyer, what
Power
is your
fist.
favorite Gundam?
Oh, man,
That's for
that's
$2
difficult.
US.
My favorite Gundam. My favorite looking Gundam is probably the Strike Freedom. I love the way that Gundam looks. But my favorite
Nickel's a nickel.
my favorite character Gundam, like as far as a mobile suit's concerned, in Iron Blooded Orphans, they made Barbatos have personality as a Gundam, which sounds goofy, but seriously though, they gave the Gundam itself personality, which was really cool. I feel like they haven't done that before very much in those shows. So that's my favorite Gundam as far as character is concerned. Does that even make sense?
No, they did that in Titanfall 2, eh? And that was one of the best parts of the story.
In what?
Titanfall 2.
Is that a Gundam?
No, but it's mechs.
That's not Gundam.
Oh, mobile suits. Oh, jeez. What, does that be Japanese anime too?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, the concept...
We're talking about Gundam. We're not talking
no.
about Titanfall or...
Oh, jeez.
I don't watch it, so it's okay.
But yeah, Strike Freedom Gundam. That thing is so cool looking. I love it. Probably because it has gold on it, and blue and white. I like those colors. So that's definitely probably the coolest looking Gundam. Especially when it's got everything on its back all spread out and crazy looking. That's some cool stuff. All right, ran out of paint. Here we go again. Cracks. Ooh, there's some more gold sticking through. This one's almost there.
Geek Graduate asks about, he's looking for a new airbrush, if there's any you'd recommend.
I love this thing. I don't like the pen style where you push down and pull back on the little knob. It's called a double action airbrush. I can't remember if that you control the airflow by pushing down on it or not. This one you don't, but you do. You only release the air when you pull this back a little bit, and then the paint flow is adjusted as the trigger comes back further. So you get like a... Here, I'll do it on this. So you pull it back and you get the airflow moving, and then when you start to release the paint, you get just a little tiny bit, and then the more you pull back, the bigger it gets and the more paint you put out. So, and this one's really easy to use because I used to work with paint guns and the setup is very similar because it has a trigger on it. So this is, I feel like these are extremely easy to learn how to use, and they're not terribly expensive. It's an Iwata Neo. Neo for Iwata TRN1.
Okay.
I love this thing. It might not be easy for you to
I'll
use,
read
but
that one
it's
out.
definitely easy for me to use. I really like this. And it took no time to learn how to use it because, like I said, I painted cars before with a paint gun, so that made the learning curve super simple.
Hey,
Huh.
your subs know how to have a fun time in the chat, eh?
Yeah? Well, that doesn't tell me anything about what's going on. So, what's going on?
No, just, I'm actually surprised what does and does not get booked. But
What gets filtered and what
it
doesn't.
doesn't, yeah.
Well, it's not filtered. They already saw it, so you might as well tell me what it is.
No. Stop being funny. Thank you.
Alright. This guy's almost entirely black now. I'm almost to the point where I could weather him.
Looks like someone knows about Ugandan knuckles.
Alright. What?
So that's a new thing on the internet.
Alright. This one's about finished. Gotta turn the metal black. Almost there. This definitely isn't as fast as spray paint, but you get a really awesome finish with it. And you don't waste very much. If you haven't ever airbrushed before, I encourage you to try it because it's an awesome skill to learn and it's a lot of fun to use. And you can do it inside. There aren't a ton of fumes and you can make stuff look really cool. It gives you a skill that you can use to do things that you would never be able to do otherwise. It is a little bit expensive to get into it. I mean, if you have any kind of compressor, it works. Like for this right now, I have it hooked up to my shop compressor, which is pretty big, which is why there's no compressor running. You don't hear the noise. Because once I fill that thing up, I can use this thing for a few hours before the pressure gets low enough that I need to fill it back up again.
And about 40 minutes before I pass out from inhaling all the fumes over here, right?
Yeah. He keeps complaining about the fumes, and it really doesn't hardly smell like anything at all, and it's not dangerous.
No fumes.
No fumes.
Oh, yeah. All right.
I'm not going to bend to your will, no.
This one is done as far as the black paint goes. Just needs to dry. You can see some spatter on there and stuff. But it's finished with the first coat. You know, I need to do the metal looking highlights on it. Ooh, man, I missed some in there. Let's get that. I mean, not like anybody's ever going to see it when it's holding books up on a shelf, but
We got
I'll know about it.
120 viewers right now.
If you just tuned in, I'm turning plastic Gundam models into metal-looking bookends. And time to start painting number 2. And this idea was stolen from Maker in Training, who's a friend of mine on YouTube. His channel name is Maker in Training. And there's a link in the description to go check out his channel. And this is Full Metal Engineering. He's a friend of mine from Australia. He flew all the way out here. We're going to do a couple of collaborations.
Boy, are his arms tired.
Yeah. And this is my friend Sean, who's hanging out here. But his channel has a link in the description also, so go check out his stuff. He builds stuff just like I do and the Hacksmith does, and we're actually going to head up to Canada here shortly to go hang out with the Hacksmith and do some collaborations. And there's a link to the Hacksmith channel also, if you want to check out his stuff. So, and I recommend you do. Because his production quality on his videos is really good. And he does build some cool stuff. Hacksmith built a Power Fist. I built a Power Fist. He built a Power Fist. His just has a piston on it that is...
one piston.
It is one piston, but it's like 10 times the size of the pistons that are on mine. So if you want to see an overkill Power Fist, you can watch his video. Didn't break his arm. I know people were worried about me breaking my arms with mine, and that didn't happen. But man, if anybody was going to break their arm, it'd be him. But it still worked. You know, it's air. You have to wait for the air to flow into it, so it's not like Power Fists give you a huge shock. I mean, maybe if you had nuclear power like in the game, and it did some kind of other thing to transfer force, that would work. But with today's technology, pretty much the only thing to make it similar is just to use pneumatics, you know? And air is squishy. But we were discussing this earlier. If you were to punch a person in the chest with a Power Fist, the impact would be substantial because you have a huge amount of metal on your arm. But then when that piston goes off, it's just going to shove the person back really hard and really far, and that's just going to make the hit even worse because you're probably going to end up knocking them to the ground if the impact from all the metal doesn't collapse their entire rib cage whenever you first hit them.
How much does ballistic gel cost?
Ballistic gel, actual ballistic gel is expensive, which is why I haven't used it. But he's all about Jello.
Yeah, you can do it. I mean, York's pretty lucky because he lives next to like one of the 5 world's manufacturers of Jello, so we can get cheap stock Jello, but you could just make it yourself, maybe.
There's a lot of red on this guy and gold, which seems like it's a little bit harder to cover up than the gray, obviously,
Yeah,
on the other one. What did Hacksmith say?
Yeah, he's gone to bed.
See you, man, in a few days, hopefully,
Hopefully.
given the weather is not awful. It's really cold here right now. It keeps threatening to snow. It's supposed to snow tomorrow. It's difficult. Who has the coldest temperature where they're at right now? I think here it's, what is it, like 12 degrees right now?
Something.
12 degrees Fahrenheit. Is anybody experiencing temperatures colder than that? That'll be delayed, but I don't know what you're doing. It's probably dumb, so stop it.
Capitulating to their will.
Oh my goodness. Did they tell you to dab yet? Did anybody say dab?
Yeah, they have.
Last time I did a live stream, there was a lot of dab
I'm
requests.
not. I'd rather, like, you know.
What, you're not gonna dab?
Hey, you do it, I'll do it, man.
If 20 people subscribe to his channel right now, he'll dab. Guaranteed.
Okay, I know that I knew what it was before we did this, so let's go and find out.
Look it up. Don't look at your channel page. Look it up on Social Blade so that you can see it in real time. This guy was all glossy and shiny, but now it's all flat black and it looks awesome. Should have made this model flat black in the first place. It looks so much better.
Didn't you paint all these?
No, these weren't painted. These
Okay.
were like the first 2 Gundam models that I ever built. I built them while I was out in Japan. And I just got some Gundam models to build.
We got 10.
And then I really got into building Gundam models. He's got 10.
We got 10.
10 more people subscribe to his channel, and he'll dab. He'll probably do anything else you ask him to.
Oh, they've asked quite a lot of me.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Well, then you're going to have to do it.
Well.
The hive mind speaks. You respond. Lots of little gaps on this guy. The jets that are in his shoulders are going to be difficult to get painted. Let me tell you. He has jets on the back of his head. Those won't be easy to hit either. Oh man, there's like a red part on his shoulder where I need to spray it from this angle, but the plate is in the way. That's difficult. That's frustrating. This thing's going to end up looking pretty cool though, I think. Because all those little edges and everything will pick up the silver paint really easily, and that'll definitely make it look like like highlighted metal. It'll make it look like actual metal once I highlight it, is what I'm trying to say.
Could I get, like, the live subscriber count on?
Click on live.
Live?
Yeah, scroll down.
Oh, that was right there.
Click on live. There you go.
70.
170.
That's lower than before.
Yeah, link in the description to his channel. I want to see him dab since he said he wouldn't dab.
Oh, God.
There we
Oh,
go.
Oh, there it goes! Start dabbing! Start dabbing!
I hate you all. God damn it.
Oh, that was great. The live subscriber count finally caught up.
Oh, my God.
Almost all the gold is gone. This looks so much better than it did before. I really didn't. I bought this model kit and I didn't think it was going to look very good. Or I thought it was going to look really cool. And then I ended up not liking the way it looked at all because it looked super chintzy because it had all this gloss black plastic that looked really, really cheap and not realistic. So I'm kind of glad I'm changing it now.
They want them to twerk now.
Yeah, they do. Nah.
Can he?
Nah.
Okay. How many subs can we get on his channel to make him start twerking?
No, oh god. No, I don't.
How many people are watching? We got 100 people watching. You've gone up how many? 20, 21.
21.
If we can get 50 people.
50.
So that's
No, man.
that's 29 more people that have subbed so far. 29 more people. He's gonna attempt to twerk on this live stream. It's gonna be awesome. So just 29 people. Just a few. If you think I'm not talking to you, you're wrong. I am talking to you. Go to the link in the description.
You want to see him
for
twerk
Full
more than
Metal
anyone.
Engineering. I think he's gonna make the live stream really good.
It's gonna make the live stream the most disturbing thing ever.
Hey man, you're the one that wanted to be. You didn't know this was coming.
Yeah, I got like trapped into this thing. This is the unmarked, windowless van of fucking live streams.
That is JAIRUS Evolved's garage.
Yep.
How many more are we at on the live count right now?
We got
197.
6.
We got 6 more, so we need 23. 23 more people.
Bryce subbed, hey.
Huh?
Anything?
Yes. He wants to see a twerk. Who said get him to twerk?
Everyone.
It just started.
It just.
Oh yeah.
It's been pouring in.
Twerk for the people. Yeah, it's a hashtag now. Hashtag Full Metal Engineering has to twerk for the people.
I wanna
Is that
hurt
too
you
long?
all.
You
that-
love your long hashtags.
I do love long hashtags. If you have a shorter hashtag, come up with a shorter hashtag to get him to twerk. Oh, 200. Where are we at? It was at 170. So
31.
So at 31, we need 19 more.
Full Metal. Fuck.
When that hits, what was it? 220 then?
Yeah, it'll be 220, man.
Yeah. When it hits 220.
Full Metal Twerk. Hashtag.
Hashtag Full Metal Twerk. Yes. Who said that? Who said that?
That was Bryce.
Was it Bryce?
Bryce.
Bryce. Awesome. Oh man, this gold is like impossible to cover on this little thing. It's got all kinds of grooves in it. Check it. Check the live count.
I'm gonna. 207.
13 more.
13 more people. Subscribe to Full Metal Engineering,
Wait.
and you're gonna get to watch
Am
an
I
Australian from Australia twerk on my live stream. It's gonna be awesome. So if you haven't subbed yet and you're watching, go hit it. Did you not do it?
I'm doing them right now.
Good.
I was like, am I subscribed? I should be. Oh, I am now.
We got some more like super chats here, right? Chat is moving way too fast.
Yeah, it's difficult to read all the chats. So if you're trying to ask a question, we're not getting to it. That's because it's moving really quickly. If you super chat, it gets stuck up there and we can see it. It's a lot easier. I mean, not that you have to super chat. I'm just saying, if you have a desperate question that you want answered, that's how you get it answered. I can't tell if that's wet.
Isn't this basically prostitution?
Yeah.
8 more. 8 people. That's all we need.
After this, mate, if you can request something more of me, I'm just gonna run out that door.
Hey, it's not me. It's them. It's the viewers that have called you to action. You're not going to regret subscribing to his channel. He has really great content. He doesn't put videos up like all the time, but when he does, they're really well made and they're really cool to watch. That's why I'm recommending that you do it, not because I want him to twerk on camera.
I guess maybe like my go-to video would be the Doomfist test, Doomfist Gauntlet test video, which is that's the Power Fist that we've been talking about. That's from
Overwatch.
I think.
Oh no, I'm out of paint.
Thank God.
I got to paint the metal. What's it at? You should
It's stalled.
just leave the. Any more Iron-Blooded Orphans builds coming up? I would really like to. And since I'm kind of taking a break from doing videos as fast as I can right now, the sword test video is coming out for that Viking sword that I made. I actually just finished that today, so that'll be coming out shortly. But since I'm kind of taking a break from my normal stuff, I might just do an Iron-Blooded Orphans build in the near future.
Captain Dab, twerk for the views, twerk for the lols, twerk for freedom.
Check your live count! Thanks for the super chat, by the way. Read it again. I didn't catch what all it said.
Twerk for the views, twerk for the lols, twerk for the freedom.
Yeah, I agree.
Hashtag Full Metal Twerk.
Hashtag Full Metal Twerk. It's coming, man. You know you're going to end up doing it. We just need a couple more people to subscribe. A couple more. Come on. 6. We're down to 6. Aren't there 6 of you watching? Like, just click the link. Open it in a new... Go to the description. Click the link under Full Metal Engineering. Open it in a new tab and subscribe to it. You don't even have to leave the live stream. It'll be awesome. And once it hits 220, we'll just have to wait a minute so that everybody that was subscribing to get you to 220 can come back and actually watch you do it. It's going to be awesome.
I hate you all.
No, you don't.
Did you read the sign?
Yeah, what happens when the garage goes on YouTube?
Yep. That is not...
Alright, just gotta get this metal painted black. And then it's time for weathering. Now, this project, you don't have to do this project with big steel plates and weld them together like I did. I mean, they're not big steel plates, but they're steel plates nonetheless. You don't have to weld it. If you go watch Maker and Training's video, which I'm like legitimately fully copying right now, you can
Dingo Man, thanks for answering my question, JAIRUS.
Yeah, no problem, man. Do you have another question? Since you just did another super chat?
The chat has collectively a question, which is, yes, we've gotten to 50.
Gone to what?
We've gotten there.
It hit 220.
Did you?
I got rid of it.
You got rid of it?
Yes.
Alright. We're going to make sure everybody that went and subbed to his channel is back on so they can watch this. So we'll give it just a very short amount of
Geek
time.
Gadget Guru, I hate you. Stop. Stop.
You can't stop the twerk.
I need an adult.
Hashtag Full Metal Twerk. Oh, this is almost done. As soon as I finish painting the background on this black, he's going to start twerking and fulfill all of your desires.
Tell me what direction you're going. I'm going to go the other way. So, not near you.
This is it, by the way. This is it. I swear to God, it's the last thing you get from me.
Alright.
We're running out of...
I got to paint the edges. I'm probably never going to get anybody to do a live stream with me again because after they see this, they're going to be like, I'm not going to go on a live stream on his video. He'll make me twerk in front of 97 people. 97? 97? People need to turn notifications on. Click that bell. Alright.
Ding ding.
It's done. Which maybe you're not as excited about seeing this as you are about seeing him twerking, but I'm going to show it to you first. It's still wet in places, so. Oh, my back. Which way does he go? He goes this way. He goes this way. So.
Once I get up on the table, eh?
There's the bookends painted black. Now I just need to highlight them with silver. But this will hold up the books and games that I have sitting on a shelf in my room and keep them from falling down. But now, it's time for him to twerk. You get to twerk on that side so everybody can see it.
I don't even know how to do this. Come on, last time.
You're supposed to like
Here.
supposed
Like
to
that?
yeah, shake,
Yeah, like
shake
that?
your butt.
Like that? I fucking hate you. Where's something sharp?
The sword's over there in the corner.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, not, I got it. Not that one yet. Not yet.
Bootyful.
Oh man.
That's nice, bro. Don't. Nope. Thick. I'm legit excited about the bookends. Now twerk. Yes,
More.
That's it, mate.
Shake it, baby.
Now dab while twerking.
Dude, good job.
Yeah. I'm gonna need like, yeah, we're gonna need to go back to the store after this, right? Okay.
Alright.
Dingo Man, talk to the Gundam soundtrack. No. Someone can like save this video and then like put it to the soundtrack if they want to. I will despise you for the rest of my life though.
Alright, they are finished with their base coat. Now it's time to get these things highlighted, try to make them look like they're made out of metal. I mean, the Gundam. This is obviously already made out of metal. Alright. I think I'm going to use this brush.
I'm gonna have my Me Too tweets, hashtag Me Too, when I get back to my hotel.
Alright. I'm going to use this plate of aluminum as my little panel to make the brush dry. If you've never dry brushed before,
Someone's gonna have to
pretty
explain
easy.
this to James.
You get your paint and you put it on the brush, and then you get it to the point where it looks like it's basically dry and it's not transferring any of the pigment. And at that point, it probably still is transferring some of the pigment. So you kind of wipe it back and forth until
Captain
you don't really
Dirt,
see anything.
is Crocodile Dundee president of Australia? One, we don't have a president, we have a prime minister because like Anglo system. Two, he probably should be. Like we can't decide on what, like we've been switching PMs like every 2 years, and it's not really meant to be that way, but it'd probably be more popular, right?
You need one that knows what a knife is.
Yeah. I was gonna bring one, but you know.
So then you can see here, that's what I just did. I just hit that a little bit with it, and it gives it that metallic look on the edges. And I don't care if this looks super perfect. I want a cool little project to make something that's pretty neat looking to put on my bookshelf to hold up my books.
I see you've played knifey, dry brushy before.
And if you screw up, it just makes it look a little more random and, you know, better kind of. So, and then I'll just do a little bit of the, you know, highlighting on the base. And then I'll kind of make that look metal too. So, here we go. Let's see how these things turn out. I'm going to try to do this as fast as I possibly can so that you guys get to see the result within a reasonable period of time on this live stream, because I want to be done in the next 15 minutes. I'm not trying to do another 3-hour live stream, if you know what I mean. It's a little excessive. It was fun last time, but
To Australian, to US. JAIRUS, what is your favorite Gundam series?
I really like the original one a lot. But I also really like Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans, and it's hard for me to say which one is my favorite. I'd probably have to say Iron-Blooded Orphans, just because it's more modern and it has a great story. And what?
Hashtag full metal nip slip.
No.
Okay.
No, I mean like the YouTube bot would come around and be like, "No, mate, we can't do this."
What, for hashtag Full Metal Nip Slip? No way. No way.
That's nudity, mate. I want everyone to. If that happens, if he forces me to do this, mate,
Free the nipple, bro.
everyone should flag this video from.
Hashtag Full Metal Nip Slip. Who wrote that? Because that.
Someone wrote it, but now everyone's tagging. Oh no, it's. I'm not even gonna say his name, man. He's really annoying me. That guy.
He deserves recognition for his ingenuity.
Does the Australian
He's-
Army use boomerangs? No. Probably could submit JAIRUS's rocket-powered one for
Yeah, maybe the
For
carbon
review.
fiber rocket-powered boomerang could be used in an army or war or whatever. But
That thing's frightening when it comes at you.
yeah, that thing is pretty terrifying. Like, yeah, it might look cool in the video, but when you're actually there in real life and that thing has the potential to come back and hit you at the rate that it's spinning or break in half and you get hit with carbon fiber, I mean, if you don't know how hard carbon fiber is, it's hard. And that thing moves really fast. I mean, it's that kind of stuff doesn't really come across in the video, but trust me, that thing is massively dangerous.
I understand.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, yeah, I mean, just stating thank you. For just putting that out there, yeah, it is getting weird.
Full metal nip slip is not weird.
I'm not. Maker in training, hey!
He's here!
Hey! Yo! You see that stuff before? Did you? I'm not normally like this.
How do you like my my metal bookends?
Dingo Man, this is just for the money, for the cool stuff to come.
Thank you. There is
$5,
cool stuff to
man,
come.
get a
This
read.
next year is going to be pretty serious on my channel. Since my channel has grown and things are starting to do a little better on YouTube, I've got the ability to go after some pretty serious projects that I've been wanting to do for a while.
Maker in training says he loves it.
Awesome. Let me get some more metal done on the front of this thing. That way you guys can see what it's going to look like from the side that's going to point out on the bookshelf. Yeah, Maker in Training's here also. And if you're watching and I didn't mention it while you were watching before, I totally ripped off his idea for this by taking a little plastic toy and trying to make it look like metal and make it into bookends. And the reason I did is because his video was so well done that I was kind of obsessed with it for a while. I watched that video like at least 6 or 7 times because it was such a great video.
$5 from FTR58. Keep it up, bud.
I will do my absolute best. I've got a lot of plans for this coming year, and hopefully it doesn't disappoint you guys. I don't think it will.
No, his name is Jarvis, actually. He's been lying to you this entire time.
Well, I think there might be a joint that's loose in this guy. His arm kind of moved when I tried to dry brush it. Oh well.
Maybe he's alive.
Captain Depp, you'll ride kangaroos and worship Steve Irwin. We do worship Steve Irwin, but kangaroos, like, I don't know, the bigger ones are too aggressive for you to ride, and the smaller ones you'll just injure riding, so there's like a sweet spot there, but we haven't found it yet.
He was telling me earlier that they thought that they knew the maximum size that a kangaroo could grow to, and every time they think they found one, they find one that's bigger.
Yep.
So apparently there's like this genetic line of kangaroos that are super huge, and they thought that they were no more, but they keep finding bigger ones, and they think that maybe it's not actually gone.
Oh, dude, it's the same with everything. Do kangaroos kill stingrays for revenge? No. I mean, actually, there was a bit where there was like a massive culling of them just by random people for killing Steve Irwin, but
Really?
Yeah, that was like the Peter actually got really annoyed about that. But
I get annoyed about a lot of things.
Yeah.
what do you guys do for a living? Twerk on live streams apparently.
He's an engineer. He's a chiropractor. And I'm trying to make it on YouTube. But I used to, if you want to know what my jobs were before, I was an air traffic controller. And I was an aviation mechanic for a little while. And I have my degree in finance. So I considered doing that, but I didn't really enjoy finance very much. So here we are. A doctor, an engineer, and I've had a bunch of different jobs. Oh, this thing's starting to look like metal.
Power fist versus kangaroo. I'm pretty sure that's a felony, mate.
Would it be?
I mean, like,
I think that depends on who wins.
yeah. No, it's Captain Depp is the.
Is that like South Park? He's coming right at me!
Is it
And
true
then
the
he-
Australian Army lost a war to emus? Yes. Technically, it was actually a culling, and it was badly handled, and we lost a whole bunch of machine guns in the process. So, and then some smart guy went on Wikipedia and changed it from a culling gone wrong to a war, with the casualties being machine gunners. So, yeah. Dingo Man, JAIRUS, your favorite character in IBO? That's I Am Blooded Orphans.
Favorite character. There's a lot of really good characters in there. You know what? I don't know. I don't even know if I can answer that question. There's a lot of really cool things about all the different characters, and I don't know if I have a favorite. It's the way the story's put together that makes me like it so much. I mean, obviously, Mikazuki or whatever, like, he's awesome. He does cool stuff, but, I mean, everybody does cool stuff.
Yeah, I'm not much of an anime guy.
I don't know. I really like Orga, too. I really like Orga, but who's the guy that drives Full City? He's great. I can't remember his name right now. I think his character in the show is it's understated, and he's pretty awesome. Can't remember his name. Gotta get this thing looking metal.
Best way to eat a kangaroo.
Grind it up.
Yeah, grind it. The meat, basically, it's all muscle. So the meat's super tough, so you need to like grind it down.
Obviously, it's all muscle.
It's all muscle.
You're eating the meat, so it's muscle.
Oh no, I mean like it's not very fatty and stuff like that. Like,
oh, gotcha.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's all sinew.
Well, he was telling me earlier, there's a lot of connective tissue, like those, like if you've ever had to prepare like a, what is it, a pork loin or a brisket, you have to, or is it ribs? I can't remember. There's like a sinew layer that you have to peel off of some of those cuts of meats. He was telling me that in kangaroo, there's a lot of sinew in it that you have to get out of it, or you just have to cut it up a whole bunch or grind it up so that you can actually chew it.
Dingo Man, $2. I can't even.
Akihiro Altland?
Akihiro, yeah. That's the guy from, that's the guy that drives Full City in Iron Blooded Orphans. He's awesome.
Yeah. Dingo Man, jeez.
Well, everybody should.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's like,
Well, I'm going to do that shield part there.
well, you'll be paying like, what, like $40 to go into a gentleman's club to see what I just did, eh? Maybe.
I don't know.
Secretly, Dingo Man wants you to dance for his money.
Yeah.
That's why he's making it rain on you.
Alright.
There's only one Australian here, eh?
What? There's only one Australian here?
Yeah.
Meaning here?
Yeah.
Like you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're asking like 3 people, like, wait, are you? Who is
No,
this?
I'm not Australian.
Are you all?
I went to school with an Australian.
They must be.
Australian chiropractor.
Oh, man. Almost there. A little bit more.
FTR58. Have you guys ever used trying blanks for the power fist? That's too long.
I actually thought about trying to make my own blanks by cutting up 12-gauge cartridges, but the speed of the impact, and with it being restricted so much because of the momentum behind it, I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to find something that would be able to contain that level of blast. Because, like, if you took a 12-gauge and clogged the barrel and then shot a round out of it, the barrel would explode, and that's meant to handle that kind of explosion. So, like, I would have to get something that was substantially more resilient than that to be able to use a blank. I mean, unless I used a 22 blank, but that doesn't carry that much force. So I was kind of fine with using the Pneumatics. Goodness, can't think of words. I was kind of fine with using pneumatics because I knew that that would be something that wouldn't explode and injure me whenever I did it. But yeah, I have thought about it. And it is a really good idea. I'm just not sure if it would blow up because I'm not an engineer and I don't know how to do the calculations to find out what I would need to be able to handle that kind of explosion. He is. He should probably do it. Oh, but no guns in Australia, so.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dingo man. Everyone keeps asking. Say Dingo ate my baby. Dingo ate my baby. That actually they thought she was lying, and then they found some evidence down at Dingo Den that yeah, that probably did actually happen recently. Yeah.
A little bit morbid.
Yeah, it's more better.
Alright. Now I just gotta highlight up this part.
Oh, lot of mean things being said in chat right now. You guys well, go back to what, 2007, 2008 maybe? Leave your gadgets alone.
Alright. So this is what we've got. This is what... Oh, I missed a spot there. I want to get that.
Yeah, cool. Do you have a pet kangaroo?
Do you have a pet kangaroo?
No, but I did hit one with my car.
Can you get a pet
Oh,
kangaroo?
man.
Is that legal?
No, but like they generally stay in the same area, so if you've got like a decently large property, you'll probably have like a cohabiting population of kangaroos. So
Interesting. Alright. So now I'll show you the other one with this one so you can see the difference. How's that on the video? Pull up OBS so I can see what it looks like real time. Is that good? Let's get it closer. Right there. So that's the difference that the weathering makes. Makes it look like metal, kind of.
Metal.
Metal. Tubes. Glass.
Tubes and glass.
So I need to do this guy now, and then they'll match. And they'll hold up my books.
maker in training, dudes, those are awesome. Awesome.
That looks really cool.
It does.
I mean, I probably think it looks really cool because I really like Gundams, but it looks reasonably enough like metal that if somebody was going past, they'd be like, oh, it's a little, like somebody said it's going to look like pewter. It kind of looks like a little pewter statue almost. I'm pleased. Time to do the other one.
Are you dabbing?
No, I'm just stretching.
Oh!
Everything hurts.
Oh! I need to stretch. Alright. What are we at? Oh, we're at an hour. Well, you got to see what it looks like weathered. And you got to see how I did it. If you were a Patreon member and you got to watch that. Because you got to watch me weld these plates together, epoxy them down, and then super glue all of the joints tight. And then if you were just watching on this stream, you got to watch me paint them fully. And yeah, do the weathering on one. But I don't want this stream to go forever, so this is gonna be this is gonna be the end. Yeah, this is. Does anybody have any? That didn't work.
No, it didn't work.
Does anybody have any specific questions before we go?
Okay. Anything specific?
About anything. Never. By the way,
Dingo Man, JAIRUS, how salty are you were you at the end of Iron Blood Orphans?
I was pretty upset at the ending. I really didn't like the ending because, well, I'm not gonna say what happened at the ending.
Captain Depp, I guess one this is I didn't know blooming onions were a thing until I went to an Outback Steakhouse. And yeah, Hungry Jack's exists. It's a Burger King, but someone IP camped Burger King. Now, Red Hood Man, what was the cost when you made the Power Fist?
Me or him? Because we both made a Power Fist. Well, actually, I don't. It's difficult for me to tell you the actual cost because some of the steel that I got was scrap from a place. And then I got a bunch of the parts from different things, and I had some leftover stuff that I used. So the cost is really hard for me to estimate. If I had to guess at what it cost me just in parts, I'd say it was probably around $400 or $500 for the stuff for it. Man, actually, maybe not even that. It might have been probably between $300 to $400 is what it cost me, but it required a welder and a grinder, like the tools it required. That's not including that. The air system was expensive. You have to get all that stuff in the actuators and that kind of thing. Like the metal parts themselves weren't actually that expensive, but yeah, it was at least $300 to $400. But if you include the time that it took me to make it, which was substantial, then
you used to buy some things to actually make it too.
Yeah,
Or do you have to,
that's what I said.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, I spaced out for a second.
So yeah, that's roughly it.
I'd say
How much was yours?
parts, consumables, and if you pay me minimum wage for my stay, for the time of constructing, it was about 450 Australian dollars.
If somebody paid you for your time?
Yeah, if I paid
Also?
Minimum wage.
Minimum wage.
Oh, that's right, because you just used that one big cylinder that you got. So
Yeah, it was pretty simple.
yeah. Any other? When was I in the Navy? I was in the Navy 2.5 years ago. Was the last time I was in the Navy. Scroll back up. We got questions. Be gone, thought. Include the specific electronics of the Iron Man glove. That's a problem because I scrapped them out of an RC airplane that I wrecked that's been discontinued, so I can't even find out what servos they are, and they have 0 markings on them. So I can't. I think I did put some links in the descriptions of the build videos, though, if you go look at those.
It's like a size 10.
Do I still have Vivian? I absolutely do. It's right on the other side of this garage door. What shoe size am I? 9.5 to 10.
Hey.
Do you have a girlfriend? No, I don't. Not anymore. I did recently. Does the welded sword have a name yet? It does. But I'm not going to tell you because it's going to be a surprise for the video. You can figure it out if you went and read through the comments.
It's worthwhile. Do you wanna answer
What
that
electronics you use to light the rocket? What?
one?
Any plans to make a flying suit machine? No, but I'm going to turn myself into Aquaman. So, I mean, kind of going to fly, but in the water.
We're gonna leave that to the
Like a
Hacksmith.
penguin.
Yeah, if you want to fly in the air, go check out the Hacksmith. Why'd you guys break up? Her decision. Don't really want to talk about it. It's still kind of a sore subject. What will your next project be? I'm not sure. What color are your socks? They're black. Why y'all ending it? Because it's late. I've been up for a really long time today. What other projects will you be doing this year? I'm going to turn myself into somebody from another anime called Boku no Hero Academia, and that's a secret. How do you surface weld? Not very well. That's how I surface weld. What's your favorite type of water? Cold. Full Metal where you beat my wife.
No.
Glad I got to catch you again. Can you do electronics review about the Iron Man glove? I could, but I kind of already did in the build videos.
What's the airspeed velocity?
Bro, it's 11. Have you ever thought about 3D printing? I actually got a 3D printer, but I can't get it to work right, so it's a DIY kit, and it's a Delta printer, and I have never 3D printed anything before. I kind of jumped in the deep end of the pool, and I haven't been able to get it to function. Can you teach me the way? Power fist versus car? I haven't found a car yet that I can punch with it, but I'd love to do that.
Yeah, people think you're Ugandan Knuckles. I brought this up. I said people were gonna bring that up, right? I told you people were gonna bring up Ugandan Knuckles.
I don't know what it is. Advice for moving to Australia.
Don't.
Well, from what he's told me about it,
Don't.
do it.
Don't.
If you like really hot weather.
Don't.
What's the square root of
How much do
minus
you like
1?
guns?
That's an irrational number, right?
Yeah, if you like, yeah.
Can you make 2 power fists? Maybe. Favorite dessert of choice? Gummy candies. Oh, I couldn't read the second part. It went away too fast. What can you use instead of Kydex to make an Iron Man rocket launcher? Pretty much anything, even cardboard, but the cardboard might catch on fire. Square root of -1 is
I.
I. Yeah.
Yeah,
Unreal.
and that's huh?
It's an imaginary number. It's I.
Or an irrational
What's my
number.
opinion on New Zealand?
Same thing.
Ah,
That's what I said. Irrational number.
it's basically just another state.
Do you fish? No. Will I marry you and be your wife? No. What's your favorite weapon you've made? I like all of them. Second part was favorite dessert of choice. Pizza. That's my favorite dessert.
Delicious.
Let's see. What's currently the biggest thing that I've built? The bowling ball launcher.
I was gonna say, what about your Halloween
So,
costume?
actually, the Halloween costume's bigger, yeah. But the bowling ball launcher is huge. What's my favorite project? That's a difficult question to answer. Oh, it's my favorite desert, not dessert.
Gobi.
Sahara.
Sahara.
Nevada.
What music do you like? All of it. What's your favorite type of welding to use? Stick or wire fed? Wire fed. Favorite Gundam suit? Strike Freedom. As far as looking, Strike Freedom Gundam. I absolutely love that thing. It's the coolest looking Gundam suit. Guys, the metal torque is uploading.
Thank you.
Can you make a gun? No, because that's illegal. I think. How long on average does it take to make something? It depends what the project is, but a lot of my projects, even though it seems like it doesn't take that long on YouTube, typically they take a really long time. The welded sword took 3 days. I stayed up I stayed up for 3 days. I didn't work on it the whole time because I had other stuff that I had to do, but it took the majority of that time period. So that kind of gives you an idea. Some of this stuff takes a lot longer than it seems like. Starting up my channel soon. Can we do an awesome build in the future? If so, can you follow me on Instagram to make it happen? Can you scroll up so I can see the guy's username?
Red
So
Hood
right
Man. Red Hood Man.
Red flags? Oh.
Red flags. Reek and red flags.
Red Hood Man.
Oh, at Reek and red flags.
This is Instagram.
I'll save that for you. There we go.
He wants to be followed on Instagram, and his
He wants to do a collab with you.
tag is
It was the
at RICANREDFLAGS, if you didn't catch that when it went past in the chat. And yeah, we could do a build together. It depends where you live, though. Sometimes if you're too far away, it makes it extremely difficult. Thanks for loving my content, Ian. Guys, check out my channel for the Full Metal Twerk. I don't ever get less penetration, even if I use wire fed. How much money did I spend to make the Iron Man glove? That wasn't terribly expensive, probably a couple $100, few $100, something like that. I mean, there was lots of little parts. A lot of it was scrap, but the biggest thing was time. That took me 1.5 months to build.
What type of engineering degree? Mechanical.
I don't have an engineering degree. He does.
You can.
I could.
You could join up, and I could tutor you through it. Please, someone.
Can you show us how to make those wings from your Halloween costume? It's like scissors.
Like,
I'll probably do a video on that. I have been meaning to do them for Patreon. I haven't gotten to it yet because the amount of footage that I have from building them is astronomical.
Kydex, I guess, would be if you want to name the specific materials.
Kydex was what I used. It's relatively heat resistant, but it does thermoform once it gets hot. So
Sheet steel.
the Halloween costume that I'm talking about is in the video on my channel called like Epic Halloween Costume or something like that.
I'm happy that no one's watching it.
Order that
Any
so I can
plans
watch
to
it
do a
later.
signed giveaway of some sort? It's a good idea. I'll probably do that.
Tase you.
All right.
Thank you.
I went 11 minutes past when I said I was going to. I'm going to go ahead and weather up this other Gundam. Thanks
Okay.
for watching. I'm glad you all came by and hung out. I appreciate all your comments. especially all your super chats. That means a lot to me, you guys. And I will see you soon. There's going to be the sword test video for the welded Viking sword coming out very soon. Actually, I'll show you that real quick before you go. I got it all cleaned up. It's beautiful.
Why you do this?
It's very sharp, and I love it. It's tempered. It's been tempered and resharpened and polished, and
Flat disc.
I really like this
thing.
Flat disc.
Yeah.
Yeah, flat disc. All right, let me just do this. There you go.
Okay.
Ready to rock and roll.
Okay.
And it's a lot heavier than it looks. All right.
Well, feed us in.
See you next time. Stay tuned for the test of this sword. And yeah, subscribe and turn the bell on if you didn't already,
Subscribe to his channel.
because that'll help you.
Please.
Yeah, and subscribe to his channel and Maker and Training, because he's the one that inspired this project, and he helped me get a bunch of stuff done, and we're going to be doing some collabs soon. I'll see you next time.